Welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. I'm Nat, this is my Knackers Yard. This is the XJ650 engine split. I'm now on tarting. I have ordered tarting, sorting things out. I've pushed that pin through, took a little bit of cajoling, but we're there, and that's considerably more solid. I've ordered the three, well, there's 2 clips and a bolt. They are on order. We'll see how we get on. Took a bit of mild encouragement to get them in, and I certainly couldn't get it out. And we'll see. I'm now on considering how I get this back together. I've ordered a gasket set. That's on order and should be here relatively shortly, but I'm not in a rush because I need to clean it up. I need a lot of cleaning up and some more dismantling before I do. My newfound sandblasting fetish is doing well, and I have also resprayed, and that is a, you can see the tin, I've got the tin, oh, I've got another one I haven't started yet, there we go. That is the metallic black, which I think looks sweet. I've done a couple of the other side panels as well. I'm now looking at the more convoluted ones, including on the gear side, which is down there, which needs a strip more, the oil sump. Now the question today is the block. Now sandblasting would do that really quickly, but I have concerns, and the concerns being the cylinders. I really don't know whether I should, because the last thing I want to do is fuck up these 43-year-old glorious cylinders. So I think what I'm going to try and do is jet wash. Now I do have somewhere my amazing gunky stuff that I picked up. There we go. It did a really good job. So I think what I'm going to do is give it a coat of this stuff, leave it for an hour or so. I can direct that away from the cylinders so it's not going to eat into it. That's simple enough. And then have a go with the old jet wash and see how that works. I'm going to push this out, give it a good douse, and then see what happens. Okay, so it's the next day and I've been cracking on with some stuff. I gave it a jet wash, and don't get me wrong, it's better, particularly on the rear side, but it's still not there. It still needs more. I've been thinking of ways that I can block. So, I'm going to end up sandblasting it, but I need to find a way of keeping the cylinders themselves covered, because I don't want media hitting that. I'm not fussed about it being on there, that can get brushed off or blown off. So I need to find a way of covering it. Now I've looked at, all sorts. Not that one, that just happens to be there. Sticky back plastic, which isn't really going to survive to anything, but I thought I've got some long bolts, so what I'm going to do is grab some metal rather than cardboard. I think I might try it with cardboard and just see if the idea works first. Oh, it does come out. I was about to say they ain't going to come out, but that just almost fell out. Don't think I'm going to get quite so lucky with that one. Yeah, and either just bolt it through either the holes that are already there, which are a bit short, or just straight diddle straight down the middle. Let me get a bit of card and I'll see if I can mock it up first, if nothing else, and then see if I can do it proper. Oh, before I do that though, the advantage of it being another day, I've had another post day. My gasket set has arrived, which I'm ecstatic about, particularly because obviously it's got the cylinder gaskets that I'm going to need for that. I've got fresh valve oil seals, which I'm quite chuffed about. I've been canning through bits and pieces So they're out the way, lots of bits up the back. I have to do the valves and that knackered spark plug port. I do have a question for you. Where is it? I've got a 13 drill, but my drill won't take that girth. I need to look up on how to do it. But anyway, that's next. Well, no, it's not next. What I want to do is get that sorted, get the two halves sorted, stripped, painted, blah 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 blah, back together, because you can see I'm spreading out to fill space here. Get it all back together, get the sump back on, get all of the shit back together, and obviously my pins haven't arrived yet. Get all that crap back together, cleaned, etc., and then move on to that, and probably do it last. Which is a shame, because I really want to do it. What was the other bit I wanted to go through? Sandblasting. I've had a couple of people say that's illegal, Nat, you can't do it. And you're right, it is, but I think everything I've read seems to be on like an industrial scale or a commercial scale. I really don't think I'm causing myself or others any greater danger than smoking a cigar next to them, frankly. With my epoxy little setup, it's not as if I'm vaporizing silica into the air when my compressor barely had enough energy to push it out the end. What I have learned from this experience, though, and is it Sid? I think it was Sid that mentioned it. Cleaning afterwards is a ball's ache. Trying to get all of it out to the point where I'm really nervous about sandblasting this. Because getting it all, there's a lot of nooks and crannies for the sand to hide in. What I'm going to try is soda blasting, which is, the soda's soluble afterwards, so it should be easier to clean out. So I've ordered some of that, and I'll see how it goes. So I don't really want to sandblast these, unless of course I have to, and then so be it. If I've got no other way of doing it, then I'm going to have to, and then be incredibly fastidious over my cleaning, which I generally am anyway, let's face it. But, right, I'm going to get some cardboard up, get mocked up, and see what we reckon. Maybe even just use the mock-up. Right, some imaginative cardboard engineering later. It's not airtight, it's not sand tight, but that's not what it's for. It is an attempt just to cover the worst. I've got one extra long one there because I ran out of carriage bolts. I think that'll do. It'll keep the sand out of the worst of the guts. I'm not entirely sure why I blocked that top off the cam chain hole. Bear in mind that's open and that's open, but hey, it's not the point. It was trying to save the cylinders more than anything else. I did notice another crack at the bottom there. We'll see. That's not for now. Alright, now the disadvantage of being an open air sandblaster is rain doesn't help, so I might have to just let the weather, see if it'll clear up a bit first before I crack on. We'll see if we can get this looking a bit more spick and span, and at least get to the bits that might need repairing. I think my aluminium brazing is supposed to come today, so I might be able to give that a go as well. Right, that'll do. Right, and much blasting later. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong, but it's a hell of a lot better. And a lot of crap came off while I was doing that. I'm not gonna lie to you and say it's perfect, but it's a damn sight better than was, and should be okay. Well, not quite okay for paint. It still needs more work. My technique, if you like, of covering the barrels has done the business. There was sand in there as loose sand and dust and shit. But more importantly, it's not sandblasted the surface, it's not pitted it, it's just blown out, and then I've chucked some WD-40 down on a rag just to clean it off. No real reason why, I just feel like that should remain a good surface. Yeah, looking at the repairs that I've got to do, that's the one I broke. I think I did that one as well, it's a bit bent. But actually, while I was cleaning it off, you notice a bit more, don't you? I found an edge that this has either been done before or I did it. There we go, top edge there. Where it's a bit weak, a tiny bit gone. No, I don't think that was me, so I don't know if these heads have been off before. Well, I'm pretty sure it wasn't me because I wouldn't fucking hit it there. But yeah, I've just got to wait for these brazing rods to arrive and then I'll give it a go. A few guys have said you'd probably struggle because getting the heat onto it, and obviously it's designed to dissipate heat, it's difficult to get it to the right temperature. I don't know, I've got a, you know, might delve into a few tutorials on how to do it while I'm waiting for El Posty. But right, nice short update there. The head is cleaner, if not clean. Bits and pieces getting done, and I've got my gasket. All is good in the hood. Cheers all, I'll catch you later. Ta-da.